mana.
Wallahi na gani na ce wallahi ba wa shi
Right. Stay there, stay wide. See, use their lenses. Coming this way. Use their lenses. Please move back. Keep moving. I'll push you. Keep moving. Move back. Keep moving to that point.
move back. Move. Move. Move back. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, who is going to represent move, come inside. No, I don't want by the right, Your Excellency should come up to the podium, and all distinguished guests should sit by the right, please. Your Excellency, you're welcome. I'd like to congratulate the Maryam Abacha American University of Nigeria for this wonderful development. I am, of course, passionate about education, and I believe we all should be, because if we did not go to school, we would not have the opportunity to be here. But I want to give a brief history which led to my setting up the American system of education in my home state. In 1960, Nigeria got independence. And in 1961, I was admitted into the then provincial secondary school, Yola. By the time we got into the provincial secondary school, most of our teachers were British. I remember we had only 2 Nigerian graduate teachers. One was a team man called Mr. Iyoka. He was a geography master. And the second was a Yoruba guy from Kwara in Omuaran. Indeed, he was named Mr. Olarewaju. These were the only 2 Nigerian teachers in our secondary school in 1961. The rest were British. As the year rolled by, most of the British teachers were departing. They were all going one after the other, one after the other. So before the end of the year, the staff, the academic staff, were virtually depleted. What next? Then we saw the arrival of the American Peace Corps. They now started replacing the British teachers. Of course, if we remember, the Peace Corps scheme was an initiative of late President Kennedy. So our school was populated by American Peace Corps, and most of them were young college graduates from the United States, not even married. So these were now the people who continued to be our teachers until we got to the final year from 5, and we took the West African examinations also. Now, that was my first interaction with the American system of education and the impact they made in my life. Of course, after that, I went back to ABU and continued with my education. Now, when I now decided to give back to the society, I decided that I should adopt the American system of education that saw me through my secondary education. And I, of course, started from kindergarten. Most of you should know that in the American system, you start with kindergarten, go to the elementary. From elementary to junior high, they call it from junior high to senior high, and from senior high to college, and college is university. So I made a concept of an educational or American educational system based on one location. You start from your kindergarten until you go to college in one location. You just move from one location to the other until you finish your graduate studies. You can decide to do your master's and do your PhD. You can also decide after your PhD to teach, like many of them we have now. In other words, what I tried to establish was from cradle to grave educational system. You start from your cradle, you finish your education, you teach and you retire until you die, and we bury you there. So that was how I came about the American system of education as I established in my home state. The only problem I had was I had to now enter into a formal management agreement with the American University, Washington, D.C., with whom we signed a management agreement for an initial period of about 10 years, which they have now done and finished. We still hire many of our faculty from the United States, or Nigerians who have graduated in the United States, or Nigerians who are conversant with the American educational system. But again, here we are, we had to have a problem with NUC. NUC, being a typically British established organization, found it very difficult, even in adopting our normal nomenclature. When we decide to call our vice chancellor presidents, they will not agree. We went back and forth. they insisted we must, go with the Nigerian nomenclature. And we said, no, we are not going with the Nigerian nomenclature. We kept on arguing with them until eventually they conceded. And even summer school, we were conducting very regular summer schools. And then one day we just had an NUC executive secretary who came and cancelled summer schools. Very, very dogmatic approach to education. I remember meeting the current Minister of Education at the Oxford University and the Oxford University Islamic Center, I think in 2015 or 16. 15. And I said, Mr. Minister, your children, 3 of them graduated from high school. And they graduated in less than 3 years. How come you are now the Minister of Education and an Executive Secretary of NUC is coming to say that there should be no summer schools? And he said he was not aware. I said, okay, you are now aware, go back and tell him to reverse it. We are still struggling. It is unbelievable. This is a minister whose children went to school and benefited from the system. And he could not rule an executive secretary who has in fact already left, finished his term and left. Except of recent, when I raised up the issue again, and a new NUC executive secretary said, please, go ahead with your summer schools. So, the president of the American University, or Maryam Abacha American University, Kano, and also the founder and chancellor. We don't have anything like chancellor, our own nomenclature. All our nomenclature is American. I am a founder, but I don't sit even in the board of, or governing board, I don't. I am not consulted in the management of the university. We have a governing council, of course we have a board of trustees, that's it. So let me use this opportunity to thank the management of the Maryam Abacha American University, Kano, for giving me the honor to come and commission this building, which is named after me. I have been wondering, I was asking even my party chairman in the car, how come, what have I got to do with this university that I have been asked to come and, commission a building? I don't have a relationship with the Abachas. I don't know who are the founders of this university. So, but let me express my delight to have met this young man who is the founder, and I have been made to understand he is also the founder of the American University in Niger Republic, and he's planning to have another American University, Kaduna, did you say? So I want to congratulate you. I don't know why you have decided to do your own American university or system of education, but I believe it provides variety. Whether we like it or not, today the American system of education has produced the most powerful and the most advanced country in the world, and that is the United States. Whatever we may say about it, I believe if the educational system was not that good enough, there's no way they would have found themselves as the leader of the world. be it technology, be it whatever. Today, the United States is the leader of the world. So there must be something good in their system of education. And I can see it from the products of my own university, because they have a different mentality to other students of the Nigerian educational or university system. First, they are trained to be independent thinkers and also to be on their own. That's why most of our graduates, you don't find them working for other people, you find them working for themselves. Simply because of the system of education. And whether you want to believe it or not, as I have said in many public remarks, when we started the university, first of all, I made sure I provided a free computer to every student for the first 5 years, because we are so technologically advanced in our teaching and research that I was telling the people of this country, even Google of the United States, I found out that there was more traffic in a remote northeastern location in Nigeria than there is in Lagos or Abuja or Port Harcourt or anywhere else. And when they tried to investigate, they found out that the root cause of that traffic was the American University of Nigeria, beyond. And they flew all the way from the United States to Lagos, Abuja, and then Abuja they found themselves to Yola. And so the massive infrastructure, IT infrastructure that we have in Yola, that enables us to teach our students virtually without being even in the class. So, founder of the Maryam Abacha American University, and the president of the university, governing council, faculty, students, I wish to congratulate you on this milestone achievement, and I wish you success. I hope one day we will find an avenue to cooperate and collaborate, between our institutions. So I am honored to have been invited to commission one of their schools. I wish you every success. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this very important history down memory lane. The private university
establishing Abti American University is telling you that Atiku Abubakar has an international exposure that he can change Africa, not even Nigeria. So I think naming this building after you, it was done based on merit. It was done based on merit. Because what you have been doing to the society, and I know definitely some of you, you'll be thinking that we have gone to meet him to negotiate. We didn't negotiate anything. We did it based on merit. It's like when we give to Governor Tambol honorary, I don't know to Governor Tambol. I don't know him. We never met. But I give him an honorary because he merited to be honored. So I think it is very important the youth should emulate Atiku Abubakar, because he has been in our map. We have been studying what is going on, what he has been doing in education. Because like I told you, we took experience of American University of Nigeria to Maryam. Today, if you go to the record and check what happens in Maryam, before the establishment of Maryam Abacha American University of Maryam, in all over northern Nigeria, we have only 10 graduate nurses. Only 10 graduate nurses all over northern Nigeria. There's some states like Jigawa, at that time it was 0. Zamfara was 0. Sokoto was 1. Kano was 3. So the arrival of Maryam Abacha, American University of Niger, assisted a lot of our nurses to have a bachelor's degree in nursing. So you see, we have graduated a lot today. Our university is rated in the US. As I'm talking to you now, Maryam Abacha American University is the only Francophone university that its certificate is not evaluated in America and UK because of the standard of education. So we thank you, the former Vice President, for your experience, and we will continue to emulate your experience. And we are calling the youth of the country. They should give you assistance so that you can move the country forward. Because at this time around, honestly, the former Vice President, we need somebody like you. I'm not a politician, I don't have any banner of I'm not a politician, but I'm trying to be realistic. I'm trying to be realistic. At this juncture, if in Nigeria we need somebody like Atiku Abubakar. Because somebody to establish APTI is not easy, because I know what happened in Maradi. But if you go to APTI, the standard of APTI is 99% according to American rates. So it is very important to tell, it's very important the youth, they should try and emulate Atiku Abubakar.
Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.